But yeah, let's quickly talk about Villa as well. Because Villa are a team. I looked at Villa. I was watching Sky Sports News this morning, and they were
Right.
talking about their signings that they brought in. And you know when you just sit there and you think, wow, my clubs have spent like close to £1 billion, and I don't think they've even spent. I don't think they've even spent 200 million. I don't think so. I think they brought in what's his name? I forgot his name already. Diaby. They brought in Diaby, Pau Torres. I think Tillemans was a free. Jacob Ramsey. Oh, they were talking about the midfield as well, just talking about Douglas Luiz and how their midfield's good. None of them are like over like 30, 40 millions worth of player. Do you know what I mean?
Even someone like Zaniolo.
Yeah, sorry,
Playing for cheap
Zaniolo
as well.
was in there as well. Unai Emery has somehow got the best out of John McGinn. The best out of, like I said, Douglas Luiz. Leon Bailey's in form right now. Ollie Watkins, yeah, he's not scoring week in, week out, but he scores goals.
Yeah.
They seem to be working like a well-oiled machine right now. And I don't think they'll win the league. And I'm not going to say that. But I do think they're going to push Liverpool and the likes of Arsenal, whoever's in that 1 to 4. I feel like they're going to hold that position in the league. I feel that they could achieve Champions League football this season. Do you feel that that's an objective for them, or is it maybe an ambitious one for them to try and get into the Champions League?
No, it's not. It's not out of ambition, or rather a lack of ambition. They should be ambitious to get into the Champions League. I think they've got a good enough squad to get into it. If genuinely you look at other squads, I don't think they're that far off, or they can. I mean, I'd say right now Douglas Luiz can walk into a lot of midfields in the Premier League. I'd say even Leon Bailey. Talking about form, a lot of their players will get into a form table right now. Leon Bailey's in that. And, they're playing a good brand of football. They've got confidence, but the good thing is that they back the manager the right way. When Emery came in, had a good season, helped them recover from where they were to where they finished in the league, got them into Europe. But the most important thing that they've allowed him to do is, and that's that he's done as well, is, again, what we were talking about earlier about managers, and make sure that they fit the system and it makes sense. And eventually, they've gone from scoring direct goals to now scoring build-up goals.
Yeah.
But they range from one to the other. And that's why they're successful, because you don't know who you're challenging. Look what they did to Man City, man. Man City had 2-3 shots in how many minutes? Like, you don't dominate City like that. You don't.
You're not supposed to anyway.
Yeah, naturally you're not supposed to. But they went out there, had more shots. Possession was close. Like, they were very much worth their salt money and won the game. And when they went to the Arsenal game, yes, they rode the luck a little bit as well in that one. Absolutely, there is a very debatable question behind the goal that's allowed. Regardless, they scored the goal that won them the game,
and that's all it comes down to.
There you go.
That's what it comes down to. When you take these little 1-0, this is what Arsenal were doing last season. You think back to Arsenal, they weren't playing the best football every weekend, but they got a 1-0. Do you know what I mean? They got the 3 points. And I think that's the difference with certain teams. You look at United, you look at Chelsea, you look at Spurs at the moment. I know they got a win recently, but before that win, you look at them, they're having mad dips in and out of form. Winning 2, losing 3, losing 1, winning 2. Do you know what I mean? So Villa, their home record at Villa Park, he's turned it into a fortress. I can't even lie. Unai, to think Steven Gerrard had pretty much almost the same team. Like I said, I think he's only brought in 5 players since Gerrard left, I think, or maybe 4. But to think he had this team and they were 17th and now they're 3rd in the league. This is what I was saying about Graham Potter. See, all them English managers, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, all them English managers, they just, honestly, they end up getting these perfect jobs, and it just shows you can be a really good footballer. Frank Lampard, to put him in that conversation as well. Paul Scholes tried to do it, I think, didn't he, at like Macclesfield or something. Like, listen, you could be a good footballer. It don't mean you're a good manager. And Unai Emery, I remember I'm not saying that Arsenal fans criticised him throughout, but he got a lot of criticism when he was Arsenal manager. A lot of criticism. And now he's proven, with probably less facilities, that he can actually manage football clubs. He's done it at Sevilla as well. I think people discredit that a lot, what he done there. But he's a very good manager. A very, very top manager.
Absolutely.
we gotta give him his credit, man. 100%. I do agree with you though. I think they can probably push into the Champions League this season. I think you look at some of the other teams around them. You know, Tottenham, United is 6 at the moment. Newcastle, a lot of injuries as well. Brighton has struggled this season. Chelsea at 12th. So you look at who's in there, then I think, you know, you have to put them in that conversation, in my opinion.